All right, I'm out here in between the storms. When most people don't want to be out here, I'm out here checking it out for you guys. I wet my line a little bit, seeing what I can catch. I'm in a real good spot right here. As you can see, it's right off of the main Sacramento River right there, and there's a little channel. See these little channels like this? These are the channels you want to look for right now, especially right now. It's going to be off the main channel where there's a bunch of debris and stuff like that, where the fish don't really want to be right now. So they're going to be tucked up in these close to the bank and in these little channels like this, outlets and stuff off the side. Before I get started with this video, guys, it's getting cold out here. Christmas is coming and there's a bunch of fish and stuff on sale, and I just want to share with you guys a pair of boots that I've had. I'm getting a few other pairs and get my son a pair. The brand is called Cal, and I've had them for about over a year now. And if you want a quality boot, and they have other hunting stuff too, but they got a lot of fishing boot wear, and if you want a quality for a good price, check out calcal.com. Especially right now, they got some super good deals for the holidays and Christmas. The deals aren't going to last, so check them out now if you want a decent quality boot, fishing boot, deck boot. They got all kinds of different boots on there for a good price, and they're cutting the prices right now for the holidays, so make sure you check those out. Okay, so on the river, in between the rains here, the water is straight chocolate milk. As you can see behind me, I got some night crawlers right now. Bait's gonna be your best bet right now because the water is, there's some bubbles right there. The water is just completely blown out. I mean, it's chocolate milk for days. So we gotta wait for these conditions just to get a little bit better. But if you guys want to go out right now, just make sure you got some stinky bait, and just do some sight fishing and see where good areas are right now, because it's really blowing out right now, and I'm fishing in a spot where it's normally really shallow right here, but right now it's extremely deep, and there's a bunch of whirlpools. And these whirlpools are all over the river right here right now because we got really strong currents, and all this side current, this eddy current right here, just into a big whirlpool off this main channel right here. So just be careful if you guys are out fishing. Just be careful of those whirlpools, but those whirlpools do collect little bait fish and scraps and stuff that the fish like to feed off of. I was getting a few bites here. I jerked in a little fast. I didn't actually have any debris on my line, but a few bites for the first cast on some night crawlers is not a bad sign. So it's about almost 4 o'clock right now on Monday, and I think we're getting some more rain coming in soon. So really, if you get a few days break, like after, I think tomorrow, after Monday, it is Monday or Tuesday, I think it's going to stop raining for a few days, and that's going to be your best bet to get out and just go in between the weather. I've been getting a few bites here, just some little nibbles. I don't know if you can see them on there, but there's some little tiny hits. Might be a catfish or pike or something. But remember, that's always a good sign. If there's little bait fish hitting your bait, then there's going to be, most likely there's going to be some bigger fish around, or they're going to come around. That's just always a good sign in this kind of weather. When the water's like that and you're getting little bites, that's a good sign, because you know that at least there's little fish around. So there's a good possibility there's gonna be big fish around. Huge branch right now in the water. There's quite a few branches and pretty much trees, guys, in the river right now. So if you come out here, just make sure you be careful. All right, while we're sitting here waiting for a bite, getting little nibbles, hopefully get one on. But I'm gonna read you guys a story, Mexican fisherman story. Has really good, so the moral of the story is really good, and it has a lot of value in the story, just about life in general and how you need to balance life out and stuff.
Mexican village when a small boat with just one fisherman docked. Inside the small boat were several large yellowfin tuna. The American complimented the Mexican on the quality of his fish and asked, how long did it take to catch all of those fish? The Mexican replied, only a little while. And the American then asked, well, why didn't you stay out here longer and catch more fish? The Mexican said he had enough to support his family's immediate needs. The American then asked, well, what do you do with the rest of your time? The Mexican fisherman said, I sleep late, I fish a little, I play with my children, I take siestas with my wife, Maria, and stroll into the village each evening where I sip wine and I play guitar with my amigos. I have a full and busy life. The American scoffed. Well, I have an MBA from Harvard, and I can help you, he said. You should spend more time fishing, and with the proceeds, buy a bigger boat. And with the proceeds from the bigger boat, you could buy several boats, and eventually you would have a fleet of fishing boats. Instead of selling your catch to a middleman, you could sell it directly to the processor, eventually opening up your own cannery. You could control the product, processing, and distribution. Of course, you would need to leave this small coastal fishing village and move to Mexico City, then Los Angeles, and eventually New York City, where you will run your expanding enterprise. The Mexican fisherman asked, well, but how long will all this take? To which the American replied, 15 to 20 years or so. Well, but what then? Asked the Mexican. The American laughed and said, well, that's the best part. When the time is right, you can announce an IPO and sell your company's stock to the public and become very rich. You can make millions. Millions? Well, then what? Asked the Mexican. The American said, well, then you could retire. Move to a small coastal fishing village where you could sleep late, fish a little, take siestas with your wife, and stroll to the village in the evenings where you could sip wine and play guitar with your amigos.
That your hook right there on the line, and then right now you just want to get as much as you can. I'm just gonna put 2 guys on here, get that scent out. Other scents are really good too. You could even add scent right now, it wouldn't hurt. Extra scent, noise and scent is what these guys are looking for right now. But the sturgeon and catfish, they always use their noses to find their prey, especially sturgeon. All right, so there's a bunch of eddies right here. When I threw it out here too far, it went along the current, and I was kind of getting snagged up. So I'm gonna try and get it right here. It's hard to say what the bottom looks like, but I'm gonna try and get it somewhere right in here where these eddies are. See if it stays. Perfect. Let's see where that ends up. Oh, yeah, you can see my line. Perfect. Going right into the eddy. Tighten your line up a little bit. Be a good area right there.